The rapper who escaped 300 years in prison. On July 28, 1987, 03 Greedo was born. In just 1 year into his life, his father passed away in a tragic car accident. And something about his father was one of the first Crips. And that fact about his dad influenced him to become a Crip himself. And look, even though we don't know everything about Greedo's childhood, we do know a lot. At age 17, he got his girlfriend pregnant. And that situation changed his whole life. Him getting her pregnant made him realize how much money he was gonna need. And even though he was working all these jobs, selling beats, trying to do anything to come up with some money, it wasn't enough. Greedo realized he needed something more, so he started selling. And soon after he started, his life started to go bad. His mama ain't like that he was selling in and out of jail. And when I say in and out of jail, I really mean he was in jail 24/7. Throughout his 20s, he had a crazy history with the feds, and he racked up in total 6 different gun charges. He said that during that time, he felt like he was just throwing his life away, just laying around on drugs. He just felt like he was going through the motions. And it was one charge that got him sent away for a while. In 2009, Greedo got hit with a gun charge that got him sentenced to 10 months. And by the time he got out, his mama was like, "You're not coming back in my house. You're not coming back in here. You doing too much. I just can't have you in my house." After that, he just started couch hopping. Went from friend house to friend house to friend house, and even stayed with his girlfriend's mom. But that ain't really work out. And it got so bad to the point where he was on the street, starving, eating out trash cans, sleeping on park benches. He said he used to finesse the subway system. So the train would come, and sometimes he would get lucky and the people wouldn't go through the train to make sure everybody got off. So he'd just stay on there and get some sleep in, or just have somewhere warm to be. And he was just going through it until he eventually got on his feet and moved to the Jordan Downs housing projects in Watts that was located in LA. And around this time, it was the early 2010s. This when Greedo first started rapping. But at first, he ain't go by 03 Greedo. He went by Greedy Giddy. And remember how I said he used to make beats? Well, he produced his first 6 mixtapes under this name and was heavily inspired by the early Southern rap sound. But while he was trying to grow his rap career, something happened in 2013. Greedo pled no contest to 2 burglaries and 2 felony firearm charges, which put him in jail for 2 years. But something he realized while he was in there is that writing music really helped him relieve stress. Like, he made music before, but he didn't realize how much it helped him. And that fact right there would later change his life. But after he got out, he just dropped 2015, he dropped some projects here and there, boom, boom, just trying to get back on his feet. And after dropping music for years, 2016 changed a lot for him in both good and bad ways. He changed his name to 03 Greedo and started his own record label. And at the time, everything was looking up for him. And once again, he produced both the mixtapes he dropped that year under the name Greedo. Purple Summer and Purple Summer 2, Sun Don't Shine. And even though the start of this year treated him good, he got caught up with the law again. In this case right here, it's gonna haunt him forever. June 2016, Greedo was in Texas driving around with his homeboy, and a cop stopped him and smelled some gas in the car. And that gave him probable cause to search. And what he found got Greedo sent to jail once again. He found 400 grams of that stuff Walton was cooking and 2 stolen scraps. Greedo had to sit for 8 days until they gave him $20K bond. And after he bonded out, he just kept on recording. And I want you to keep that case in the back of your mind. It's gonna be real important later on. 2017 came around, and this year changed a lot for him too, in both good and bad ways. He signed the Alamo Records for $1 million, but after signing, something happened. Greedo got to a shootout and his leg got shattered into pieces. It ended up with him having to get metal put all in his leg. And when he described the situation, it sounded so crazy. Basically, Greedo's brother had to help him to the car while Greedo grabbing his leg and carrying his leg with him because they just hanging off. Then he got to the hospital, and the way he described that hospital, he said it was dirty, didn't help him. They had him bandaging his own wound. He said that it was smelling crazy. It was looking all nasty. He thought it was infected. They just wasn't doing nothing. They didn't get him right. They even threw amputating his leg on the table. They offered him that. He said he think they offered him that because that was the cheapest route, but gladly he ain't taking it. He still got his leg. But that same brother that helped him get to the hospital got shot and killed just a few months later. And then shortly after his brother passing away, Greedo's house got shot up, which brings us to 2018, where his life really fell apart. Going into 2018, he had all these cases from the past just stacking on top of each other. But the one that affected his life the most was the one that I told you to remember, the 2016 case, when the cops searched the car and found the meth. That came back to haunt him in April 2018. He had a court date, and what that judge told him probably made his heart drop. When he got in front of that judge, he pled guilty to possession of more than 400 grams of meth and the unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. That judge hit him with 300 years. Technically 6 life sentences, but God was really on Greedo's side, and the judge gave him a plea deal where he only had to serve 5 before being eligible for parole. But just a few days after the court date, on April 15th, 2018, Greedo got on Twitter and talked about his situation. Sorry I let my fans down. At least we got some great music before I left y'all. I wish I could have stayed with my family. Life ain't fair. Plenty of music will be released while I'm gone. Promise me you'll love me forever. Never thought I had to retire the year I blew up, but it was fun. And after the court case, the judge told Greedo he don't gotta go to jail till the summer.
Not in jail. No, I'm not in jail. I'm not lying about being in jail. The media lying. I don't have life. I do have a lot of time. I ain't going to the summertime. Stupid ass. You think I'm gonna just go to jail, take the deal, and then just say, take me now? No, nigga, give me some extra time. Nigga, let me go on tour. Let me get this money right for my kids.
So within them few months, Greedo was doing everything. All these interviews, recording as much music as he could. He was trying to make sure everybody around him was straight. He was trying to make sure his fans was gonna have music forever. He was just trying to get everything in line. He had over 600 songs recorded before going to jail. And he made it known that he was gonna be dropping music from the pen. And the night before he had to go to prison, he had one last show, his final farewell show. Nobody knew when he was gonna be out. Nobody knew when they was ever gonna see Greedo perform again. But he made the most of this night. He proposed to his girlfriend. Now look, I don't know if that's his baby mama. I don't know if that's his girl he was dating. I can't even tell you if they still together to this day. I just know he proposed to her. I ain't gonna lie, that must have been a crazy night for everybody at that show. And I'm pretty sure that's a night niggas couldn't forget. But time was up. It was time for Greedo to go. He started shitting, and the internet ain't like this. Everybody felt like his time was too harsh for what he did. Plenty of articles came out complaining and mad that he got so much time for a non-violent crime, which I can't understand because he didn't kill nobody, he didn't hit nobody, he didn't harm anybody. He was really just trying to make some money. But you also gotta understand, he got a long history of crime. But all these articles, all these people complaining, it ain't changed nothing. He had to sit. 2019 went by, word ain't hear much. But when 2020 came, things started to change. The word I can't say on YouTube started, and Greedo ended up catching it. And I guess he thought he was gonna get the 6ix9ine treatment and get out early, but the judge was not on his side. Even though it was possible for him to get out in July 2020 for good behavior, they denied it until June 2020. They approved his parole and set his release date for January 10th, 2023. And just a few days before his release, he dropped the mixtape Free 03, and Greedo is now a free man. He probably gonna get back to grinding, hop right back in the studio, drop more music, make music that his fans love. But another artist that needs to drop more music that his fans love is SoFago, who I talked about in this video right here. He has so much potential, but just threw it all away.